In today's video, we're going to be looking at how to make n the subject of the following formula. Now this formula looks quite complicated due to the fact that we have a square root on the right hand side. So the first thing we want to do is to get rid of the square root. Now if you remember, we can get rid of the square root by squaring the whole thing. But why? Now, we can equivalently write the square root of n plus 2 as n plus 2 brackets to the power of a half. Okay? This is the same as the square root of n plus 2. Then, if we square this whole thing, we have a power of a power. So this leads to n plus 2 to the power of a half times 2. And a half times 2 is simply 1, so this then becomes n plus 2. So as you can see, we have gotten rid of the square root by squaring the whole side. Okay. However, remember, whatever we do on one side, we need to do to the other side as well. Therefore, we also square the left-hand side. Okay. Now allow me to write this in a way that looks prettier. And as you can see on the right hand side, we have gotten rid of the square root. Okay. Now the next thing to do is, as you can see, we have this whole thing on the left hand side squared. So this means that we need to square each term inside of the brackets. So in this case, we need to do 3 squared times m plus 4 squared, which is equal to n plus 2. Now, sorry, this means times. Okay? Okay, now we need to expand these squared terms. So 3 squared is simply 9. So we have 9. And then we need to do n plus 4 squared. Okay? Now, remember, n plus 4 squared is simply n plus 4 times n plus 4, right? So n plus 4 twice. So let's expand this. Remember, these are double brackets. So first, we multiply the first term by each term inside the second bracket, and the second term by each term inside the second bracket. So we have n times m squared, m times 4, plus 4m, plus 4 times n, plus 4 times 4, which is 16, plus 16. Okay. And if we simplify, we get m squared plus 8m plus 16. So this is what m plus 4 squared is equal to. So therefore we get 9 times m squared plus 8m plus 16 is equal to n plus 2. Okay. Then we still have a bracket, right, to expand. So we need to do 9 times the whole bracket. So 9 times m squared is 9m squared. 9 times 8m, let's see, 9 times 8, 72, plus 72m, and finally 9 times 16 is 144, plus 144 is equal to n plus 2. Okay, now remember, the whole aim of what we're doing is to make n the subject of, okay, which means having n is equal to everything else, and we're very close to getting that. However, as you can see, we have n plus 2. So we don't want this plus 2 here. We want to put it on the other side. Therefore, we do minus 2 on both sides in order to get rid of this 2. Okay, so plus 2 minus 2 cancels out, and then we have minus 2 there. So allow me to rewrite this in a prettier way again. So n is equal to 9m squared plus 72m, and then plus 144 minus 2 plus 142. And this is how we make n the subject of this following formula. Now let me know down in the comments if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them.